Greetings everyone, this is Freja Enjoy, and today I am going to talk about the spiral theory. So I am the person who is the person behind the so-called spiral theory. And then I'm going to talk also about not only the spiral theory, I'm also going to talk about time, spiral dimensional portals. The spiral theory is about what we call time, but it's about much more, and also these spirals have these dimensional portals. So this is what this video is going to be about. So stay tuned, and here it comes. So Freja Enjoys spiral theory is a set of theories. Two of these are central, and it is about human quantum development, multidimensional reality. The special theory of human quantum development and the general theory of quantum development. The central idea in both theories is that all development undergoes a development path, which can be described as moving like a double spiral, like the DNA spiral, double helix spiral. Every single area of a human being's experience, learning, development, consciousness and conscious development undergoes this spiral movement. And each human being is unique in its own experience of how this conscious development is experienced. Time and space are different experiences, but the development applies equally to all areas. That is the movement of the spiral. This you can find in my website, www.frejaenjoy.com. And under this theory in my website, you can also find, it says about me that I am, it says Freja Enjoy is a trained scientist, medical anthropologist, quantum healer and psychic, amongst others. She has helped thousands of people move on in their lives and to develop their consciousness. Then it comes to, now I'm going to talk about the awesome time spirals that are dimensional portals. And these dimensional portals speed your energy and keep on being, if you keep on being open-minded and open-hearted. This you can also find in my website, frejaenjoy.com. It's an article you find there. This article was written by me at the 6th of August 2017. There is not one way to go through or look at the ascension process. There are many. There is not one proper way to describe the ascension process and transformation process. There are many. How could it be different? It is the diversity that is a signum. It is the movement that is a signum. To me, timeline feels like something static. I know several people use this as expression, but I prefer to see this as a time spiral. This is Freja's words, because it is time spirals. And for me, this what I have taught since 1980s. This is beautiful for the process, because the process, the transformation, it is time spirals. Because for me, Freja Enjoy, all development is something that moves in a spiral form forward. This is only words, but we, or at least me, I do use words to create an image of how the energy works. I have been and am a soul that uses a lot of different forms of expressions. And above all, I use artistic, creative expressions. Words are also a creative expression. The creative energy is in fact also sexual energy, and you who have not known this, sexual energy and sexuality is a very open and free form. It has nothing to do with, and I will put in here, I don't think it does, no, it doesn't say in the article, but this, what I talk about now here, the creative and sexual energy, is always sacred, sacred, sacred expression with integrity and consciousness of how that works. It has nothing to do with the old 3D matrix sexuality at all. That is so very important. So the creative energy is in fact also sexual energy. And you have to know this, that sexual energy and sexuality is a very open and free form. And as I said, it's totally 100% sacred. It's sacred in all ways. It has nothing to do with all shit religion bullshit. Yeah, I'm sure you don't mind that I make my statement this way about, you know, the religion and what they talk about, all this judgmental and about devil and all this way they talk about it. The truth about the real creativity and sexual energy, which belongs to the second chakra, is that it's pure love. In its essence, it's pure energy, pure love, pure thought. Super awesome. So, this is so important, so important. But my main expression are and have been dance movement, music movement, color, motion movement, mold movement, picture movement, energy movement. And then, because all this is energy movement, and then all these forms are creative expression forms for me, Freja Enjoy. And all creative expression forms are artistic expressions to me. Then could of course not write here that this is how it is, because this is how it is to me. I always like to be that kind of humble. I don't like to say that I am the knower of the truth for all and everyone. I talk about how it is for me, because for me, life is a humble expression, and I like to be humble to others in this way. Then you have to be in a higher dimension to understand what I'm talking about now. Otherwise, you think that people should say it is like this and this. Anyway, It can be the same for some people. You can't all the time say it is to me, but in this case, when I come from this article, it's very important. So, because many want to believe more on people who express things in an authoritative way, saying it is like this and this. For me, it's more from the feminine, the sacred feminine, to be humble. It's more from the sacred feminine way. I'm writing because I let myself sound a little bit vague or maybe insecure for some people to hear this. But it's not. Totally the opposite. I'm 100% know what I'm talking about. So I'm not insecure at all. So here, this is to say that when I talk about what is called quantum jump, and that we should jump from, we should and can jump from a timeline to another timeline. We can also jump from one matrix to another matrix. Yes, simply this is what we are going to do. This was said in this article 2017, and today in 2020 we had a great shift at the 21st of December. So even people who are in other dimensions, we don't see exactly everything. It's not happening over one day. It's not. But the coming months now, we're going to see changes coming. In about 3 months, it's already going to be possible to see. For people who are in higher dimensions, at least. Because we are living there, so it's going to change. This to jump timelines is deeper. Our development takes place in spirals, just as a DNA spiral looks like. And we have different energy bodies, such as our physical body, our emotional body, or mental body, etc. Then we do have several layers of auras, because our different energy bodies have their own auras, etc. All this is implied in the spiral theory, and all this has to do with quantum existence. Quantum physics, you can call it, but it's quantum existence. I'm telling this now because this can help you to understand that development does not happen linear or on a line, on a straight line. And the time we live after is merely a tool for people to manage to organize their lives and their thoughts. Not all meant to lock people to be slaves under the clock or the time calculations. So back to my dear spiral, where you learn more about yourself and how you work. It's good to make notes. You can see as a proof that you develop in spirals. You can see that if you do notes. You go back and see what where you were for 1 month ago, 1 year ago, 2 years ago. Some people, like me, can know this without writing these days. But in the beginning, when I was beginning to work with this, to change timelines and to reprogram myself, I had to write everything down. I was writing a lot. It's a good tool to do that. You do that for yourself and your own development. So you can use this, and you can see how you develop in spirals. Doesn't matter which area it develops in spirals, which are a form of circles, through though they last forever, yeah. They do not spin round in the same lap. As a tape player repeating the same track time after time, no, the spiral shape is an open form, so open that it lasts forever. What you can see is that you return to the same problem again and again in your development if you don't solve the problem, whatever kind of problem it is you have in your life. This development takes place in sublime form, and is in a sublimer form for each new revolution in the development spiral. If you develop, it is. If you do not develop, you will return to the same point you were before, over and over, until you continue. You will continue until you solve the problem, as I just said. This, I feel like, the perfect mind image for what reincarnation stands for. That's what people talk about when they talk about reincarnation. And you don't need to put in any judgments in that many people do when they talk about reincarnation. I don't talk about reincarnation. I just took it in like an example for how a part of this is what people talk about when they talk about reincarnation. Again, I could omit I think so, or I feel it is this way, and not just type this is how it is. Can you understand me? You can understand what I mean. To be humble is in this case. When talking about the new, many forget about everything changing. Language usage is nothing like God has written a law book or how to use it and how to use it. So I am fully aware of this, and I want people to learn to see that change applies to all levels. And all of this is perfectly obvious to me, but I see that everywhere the ruling language on earth is not really saying so much, I think. You can read what is there for you, but many people just read and think that, yes, that sounds good, and then they look at how known a person is or what they said. This happens over and over again, that when more people are drawn to one thing, there will be even more coming. Yes, it works on business. In business, people get mad when there are extra prices for goods, for gods and stands, and becomes crazy over the gods. What's the name of it? Things they want to buy, and everyone wants to buy what's a good price at that moment. This is an expression how people work in group, and how they get into these kind of actions that has to do with how they are used to do when they don't think from themselves. So this is a group mentality. And also in this, what we are going into now, this, and I jump out from this article a little bit sometimes here. So if you read the article, you will not find exactly the same as I say here in this video. So this group mentality is something that also is going to change. It's going to change now in coming times, because that group mentality is from the 3D matrix. I see this very clearly. I say in my article from 2017. So what you need to do is stop yourself and see yourself, look at yourself, slow down and see that you are unique. And when you develop, you leave the group mentality. That means that you are comfortable to be by yourself and love yourself, and to not be a part of a group all the time. Many people, all people who really leave the old matrix, they are going to leave a lot of them. The most leave their family, their old friends, and a lot of other things too, because they come from this 3D matrix. We all did come from 3D matrix. So, how it will look for you, there is not for someone else to tell. It's yourself who decide how it's going to look. But as faster it goes in the development for you, there will be changes in all areas of your life. So for me, I have in my DNA to be a brave person. Not perhaps as most people look at brave. But I dare to stand alone and challenge and provoke people sometimes. I don't provoke people like I think I will do it. I do it just by being myself, because I am kind of really working in my own way. As I don't even look for to have a standard as a scientist anymore, even if I have all the... And I have to end this with these lines now from the article from my website. And it says this: I have it in my DNA to be very brave. Not perhaps as most people look at brave. Yes, that too. But I dare to stand alone. I still challenge and provoke people, just because I like and need to see people wake up and think themselves. Then people say that I have the unusual fashion to be brave too, as well. When I trained as a tour guide, a mountain guide in Swedish mountains, an old fox from the Swedish Mountain Rescue, one of our teachers in that training said that I had a very safe and stable voice, which worked perfectly as a leader's voice. I have many examples of good reviews I have received from highly qualified people in Swedish society. So yes, I'm a true innovator and true entrepreneur. And as someone wrote about me, I threw me away right out there into new tasks without hesitation for a second. That may mean difficulties. I do not see the difficulties. I see my goal and my vision, and I live from my heart and intuition. Which does not mean that I'm different from others in meeting situations where you have to solve problems. Not at all. I always assumed that I'm the one who will help others, always. It was late in my life. I really saw that I had to get rid of the idea that I was not entitled to help myself. My solution had lasted for a long time, but everyone in the second 3D society whom I asked for advice from, everyone had avoided listening to me, and they only repeated their beliefs. I know what this means to know if someone believes in you and what it means to believe in yourself. All of this is part of the development a person goes through, different from still being the same for all. All this is my great passion. I love being able to help other people. I don't like talking bullshit or chit chat. If I had not done that, I always help other people. If it comes to a situation, people do nothing because they are so afraid. I always step in and do something good in that situation. That's always been me. It's just a part of who I am. It's nothing other. I just act. I don't think I act. If I had not done that, love others, I would not have written on social media. Even if only one person likes what I put out, I think it matters to me. And what matters most to my own development, because I am very adept at looking through this as well and understanding and seeing each subject's underlying motives. Some get scared when they realize my abilities, others scared because I do not fit into their rigid ideas about how humans should be for them. But back to the spiral now, the spiral theory, my spiral theory. As the scientist Freja Enjoys, Hjelmbåge. Imagine now that a single question you handle within you is a spiral movement, saying that this question is about something that is in the field of your mental energy body. Then this question do move forward into a development spiral if you change your perception in the right direction. You move forward in the spiral, in this matter. Then you can add all your ideas, perceptions, belief systems, everything, and different energy bodies, etc. It's the same when it comes to this spiral. Then you can add everything. It works this way. And this will be an infinite number of different spirals, all at different stages of development. This is higher logic. It's just simple, natural and higher logic and quantum physics. It's all what it is. And I want to point out that you do not have to worry. This is no race. This is no race. It's just that everyone wants to feel good and freedom is nice. It's all about daring to take it. Just do it. It's really cool. It is love in expression. I'm so grateful and thankful. This, as all is great. And I love you all. Blessings always and much love from me, Freja Enjoys. Ascension Guide, Quantum Healer. 6th of August 2017 was this article written. Thank you for listening. Blessings all. Freja Enjoys.
Go!
This video was made and produced by FrejaEnjoy.com, and as always, if you like our content, you are welcome to subscribe and click on the bell so you get notifications when new important content will come out. And if you are craving more of our content, you will find it in the list in YouTube channel Freja Enjoy Official, Living Enlightenment.